All right, also developing tonight with just days until the Virginia's governor's race, Republican Glenn Youngkin has all the momentum. A new Fox News poll shows Youngkin up a whopping 8 points over the struggling McAuliffe. And remember, just 2 weeks ago, that same poll, McAuliffe was up 5, a massive shift. And the McAuliffe campaign, they are showing more and more signs of desperation as new emails reveal a botched effort to kill a Fox News story about McAuliffe hiring Clinton lawyer Mark Elias to possibly challenge the election results. Here to break down the state of the race, RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, along with Fox News contributor Charlie Hurt. Thank you both for joining us. Ronna, you got your ears to the ground, understand what's going on there in Virginia. What's the latest from your vantage point?
Well, Glenn Youngkin is running a Virginia-focused race. He's focusing on education, lowering taxes, making sure that we back the blue, lowering crime rates. And McAuliffe is floundering. He's bringing in all his D.C. swamp friends, Stacey Abrams, Kamala Harris, Biden. He's resorting to terrible tactics in this race. And the Virginia people are looking at Youngkin, and they're recognizing that he is a candidate that will represent them and do good things for Virginia, and that's why he's surging.
And Charlie, you know, my understanding in the race, they're trying to nationalize it, but I think the people of Virginia are smart enough to figure out that things like education are really important and that a governor actually does have a say in it. You're a Virginian.
Yeah.
Give us your perspective.
Yeah, it's really the desperation on the part of Terry McAuliffe is truly palpable in Virginia right now. It's kind of it's sort of amazing to step back and think about the fact that for so long education has been sort of a strong point for Democrats, and it's been the issue that Democrats have managed to win on. And for Terry McAuliffe to have turned this around and allowed education to become the issue, the singular issue that is unifying Republicans, and that Glenn Youngkin is using to very much surge here at the end, and I think probably wind up winning comfortably. I think it's a new day in Virginia, and I think it's a new day. I think it'll be a new day outside of Virginia once Democrats in Washington realize what their voters in Richmond, in Virginia, think of these crazy policies.
Now, Ronna, the presidential election, Joe Biden won Virginia by 10 points. But it's really those people that are the true centrists, right? The people that are in the middle, the unaffiliateds that are swaying hard to the right in this election.
Yeah, Virginia is a blue state. You've got a Democrat governor, 2 Democrat senators. Biden won by 10. But it is moms like me in blue states who were watching our kids be shut out of the classroom, who were on the front lines of those Zoom classes and working to get them educated through this pandemic, and to be insulted by someone like McAuliffe to say parents have no say in their kids' education, as we have been the ones going through this day after day with our kids as they've suffered not being in the classroom, not being with their friends, dealing with the pandemic. It has really awakened parents in these suburbs of Virginia, and that's why you're seeing the McAuliffe surge. But it's going to take everyone getting out and vote. Everyone needs to vote. We need a strong Election Day turnout, and every Republican everywhere in Virginia needs to get a friend and go to the polls on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who they've made up their mind, but they need to get out and vote. And if they're afraid that the vote's already done, the last few days has a lot of stupid shenanigans in it, but showing up and actually voting is what it all comes down to, Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really also very interesting to look at the cast of characters that Terry McAuliffe has dragged into the state to campaign with him. He can't campaign alone, apparently. He can't make the deal. And to look across the way, and you see Glenn Youngkin standing there by himself, campaigning on his own, making his case to voters. And as Ronna points out, I think Virginia voters do appreciate that. And I also think it's interesting that Terry McAuliffe, and Joe Biden, when Joe Biden went into the state earlier this week, all they could talk about was Donald Trump. That's all they wanted to talk about. They can't talk about the issues, and they can't talk about the person they're running against, because he's running a great campaign and he has identified issues that voters care about a lot more than whatever it is that Terry McAuliffe is afraid to talk about.
Yeah, Youngkin has run a very impressive race and stayed so focused on the issues that people actually really care about. Isn't it amazing? When you talk about issues and you talk about what actually affects people, you win elections. And that's what I think we're in the midst of seeing right now. Thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.